Hello everyone and welcome back to our European Journeyman series with Benfica as we're now into November. We are still doing reasonably well in all competitions. Just fallen off top spot for the first time this season actually. Sporting already played their 9th league fixture, whereas we still have our game in hand, which we're about to play against Gil Vicente. If we win that, we'll go back 2 points clear at the top of the league. A draw would also take us back to the top, but only on goal difference. We are also 3 points clear at the top of our Champions League group. The Taça da Liga has just been drawn. It's a draw I'd expect us to get through very, very easily. And we've also made it into the 4th round of the Portuguese Cups. So we're doing very well, all things considered. For today's episode, we've got one away match. And then we take on 5 home games in a row, including against Moscow, Monaco and Porto. So those are going to be very difficult games, all of them ending with O. But first off, we need to get the away match out of the way, and we drew the last game of last episode, which meant we had 5 wins and a draw from those 6 games. I really want a perfect episode today, and that starts with this victory away from home. We are using our away formation. It's going to be Jimenez and Penaranda up top, with Horta playing in the hole just behind them. Cook, Pineda and Samaris are the midfield trio. Arke is going to play at left back, Fernandez at right back with Vallejo and Jardel in the middle and Alex Murray in goal. Cresco into Rui Morea. Now Rosso, ball cut out by Vallejo. Penaranda has it. He plays it behind Arke, but he goes and recovers. There's a run being made up front. Horton has given the ball away though, just as we look like we may be able to dink something over the top. Here they come again, Gil Vicente, and they have played the ball over the top. Ava Morides has got in, but he's put it just wide. That's the first opportunity in this game. Horta's corner, sent to the back post. It's headed down. Cook's going to chase it after it. We have stepped up a bit towards the latter half of the first half. Cook into Vallejo, edge of the area, back out to Pineda. Loads of players still in the box. It's Cook who finds Horta. Can he find the pass? He skips the challenge. It's still going, Horta. He's hit the post. It comes back to him and it goes wide. Well, we've been absolutely hammering on their door today. 16 shots and we failed to get a single goal, which just isn't good enough. It does mean we return to the top of the table, but our recent 4-point gap has been completely eliminated and it's now just a 4-goal gap at the top. Well, after a tough time trying to find the back of the net last time, we are at least at home for this game against Moscow, and having already beaten them in Moscow, I would expect us to win this match as well. Now, Penaranda is actually going to lead the line for this match, with Horta on the left wing and Zivkovic on the right wing. It's a bit of an unusual starting 11, all things considered. We've also got Emmanuel Mamana having to play at left back because Arke is unregistered and Grimaldo is injured. So a few changes there. We've got Jardel, Vallejo and Fernandez, the rest of the back 4. Kubas, Cook and Pineda are the solid midfield trio. But I think we should have enough to carry through Wednesday. We can always make changes if things aren't going to plan. Kubas, forward to Pineda. Has come to Cook. He slots it out wide to Zivkovic. Ball into the middle for Pineda. Now Penaranda to Horta. Pineda finds Mamana, the left back, onto Zivkovic, and there's a ricochet off Naldo. A huge deflection, which has gone into the back of the net and given us the lead. Free kick from Tozic for Moscow into the box. Jardel away and Penaranda heads it further on. He maybe should have brought that ball down. It's Nabakin. He sends a diagonal forward. Fernandez cleans it up. Murray over the top. Finds Zivkovic. He sends it over to Pineda. Man to his left if he needs him. And he does use Horta. He cuts inside. Pineda. Onto Zivkovic. He slips the ball in. And Penaranda, it's saved. It comes to Horta who hits the post. Again Horta. He didn't shoot. Instead it's come to Zivkovic. Ball in. Cleared away. Zivkovic with the corner. It's cleared out to Horta. He finds Zivkovic again. Cook, edge of the area, finds Kubas, and he's put it wide. Why can't we get this second goal? Just 15 minutes left as Mamana plays it forward to Memphis, who's come on as a substitute. Batista spreads the play very well to Zivkovic. He cuts inside, and then is tackled. Golovin with the ball. It's cleared forward. Kubas winning it back well. Batista again to Pineda. He sends it out wide for Memphis. Header into the box, easily dealt with. Berezutski back to Akinfeyev. Now Vitinho down the line. Vallejo wins the header. Batista to Pineda, the youngsters in midfield. Pineda still going. On to Memphis. Ball out wide to Mamana. He puts in the cross and Pineda is there with the header for 2-0, finishing off an excellent move. And the makeshift left back gets an assist. Well, there's the full-time whistle. We have won this game 2-0. A very dominant performance in the Champions League from our team, which puts us top by 3 points. We are almost certainly through. In fact, I think we are definitely through because Moscow can't catch us on a head-to-head ratio. So we've qualified for the next stage with 2 games to go. We just need to make sure we beat Monaco in our next game and finish clear at the top of the group. With our place in the knockout stage of the Champions League secure, we need to get back on the league form now. At home against Maritimo, we are level at the top with Sporting, so we need victories if we're going to build up a nice points gap before the knockout stages of the Champions League kick off early next year. For this match, we are resting a few players. Penaranda is going to continue up top to give himself, I think, maybe one last chance to try and get a few goals under his belt. Then we've got Memphis on the left, Zivkovic on the right. Batista is joining Cook in the middle with Thiago Maia just behind them. Arke at left back, Pinheiro at right back. Pedro Alvaro is coming in for only his second start in defence alongside Vallejo with Murray in goal. Free kick for Maritimo, put into the middle, cleared out by Pinheiro. Gamboa with the ball onto Amaral. Pinheiro has it now. It's a counter-attack on, but the ball's cut out by Lima. Batista has it though, and he's got Memphis in behind the defence. He's clear through on goal, and he's fired that absolutely like a rocket into the back of the net for 1-0. Lima tries to play a diagonal, but it's cut out by Pinheiro. Zivkovic on the ball, having a run. Cook lays it off to Batista. He spreads it forward to Penaranda. Memphis, ball cut out. Batista picks it up. Now Arke sends it over to Maia. Cook forward to Zivkovic. Batista tries to find the pass to Memphis. Batista again can maybe strike it. Instead, Cook with an opportunity. It comes to Batista. Now Zivkovic to Penaranda. Goes for goal. Finds the bottom corner. Makes it 2-0. That's 5 goals for Penaranda now this season. Lima sends the ball forward. Almeida, tackled by Arke, who's already on a yellow card. We're only 17 minutes in, and I think he's about to get his second yellow, which means we're going down to 10 men with so long still left to play in this game. Well, full-time whistle's about to go, and all of the action was in the first 16-17 minutes of this game. We got both goals and our red card in that time, and nothing happened since then. There were no highlights whatsoever. But we have got the crucial win. It puts us 3 points clear, at least temporarily, and the pressure is back on Sporting to try and close the gap. Well, we're the other side of an international break, and it's now time for the 4th round of the Portuguese Cup as we take on Gil Vicente, which is a bit of a more difficult opponent. We did draw against them in the first match of this episode, so I'm hoping we can beat them today. We have got a bit of a changed team ready for that match against Monaco, where we can hopefully seal our top position in the Champions League group. So I'm resting a few faces, but it means Jimenez is back up front ahead of Penaranda. Memphis and Zivkovic are the 2 wingers, so a very strong front 3. But Carvalho, Batista and Samaris are the midfield trio. Arke at left back, Pinheiro at right back, Jardel and Mamana are the 2 in the middle with Murray in goal. Samaris onto Batista. He sends it out wide to Pinheiro. Ball into Zivkovic across, and Jimenez has scored after just 9 minutes, his 7th goal of the season to give us the lead. Jardel's header's fallen to Batista. He plays it forward. It comes back to him. Samaris out wide to Pinheiro. Ricochets to Batista again. There's a good pass to Arke inside to Memphis. Now Jimenez spins the defender and makes it 2-0 with 2 goals in 2 minutes. Zivkovic wins the ball, finds Memphis. He's in behind the left side, pulls it across, and Jimenez gets his hat-trick just 36 minutes into the match. Carvalho out wide to Pinheiro. Over the top for Zivkovic, a lot of room for him. He puts it in, and Jimenez gets his 4th goal of the game. Well, there's the full-time whistle, and 4 goals from Raul Jimenez have put us into the next round with a very, very good win. Jimenez missed the last couple of games. He was put in again today, and he's gone and cracked in 4 goals in 54 minutes. Well, as you can see, Brexit has happened in this game. It's November 2019 at the time of it happening, and Gibraltar have left the UK to remain in the European Union, but the UK has left. The British leagues are now limited to 17 foreign players in a squad, which is quite interesting. They're not using the work permit system anymore, so I'm not really sure how that works. The rest of the leagues will continue to use work permits, so that's a little bit interesting. I'm not sure quite how that's going to happen, but the players already playing in the EU will continue to be treated as non-foreign. They won't need a work permit, but Irish players will now be classified as foreigners. So all a bit interesting, not massively relevant. I'm not planning to manage in the Premier League for quite some time, if at all, in this series, because I want to try out the European leagues and see how many competitions we can win abroad. But I'm not ruling out going back to the UK at some point in the future. So this was useful to see. It's not going to be too damaging and might be an interesting challenge to try in the future. Well, we're going to end this episode with 2 massive matches. The first one is at home against Monaco, where we need to make sure that we at least draw this game to finish at the top of our Champions League group. We really should be winning it, though. And then we'll be taking on Porto at home in the league. So big matches. For this one, we're playing a pretty strong team with Memphis and Zivkovic on the wings, Jimenez up top, Pineda, Horta and Kubas in the middle. Thiago Maia is having to fill in at left back for the suspended for the injured Grimaldo and unregistered Arke, with Jardel, Mamana and Fernandez the rest of the back 4. Murray is in goal. Mbappe sends the ball back to Traore, now Moutinho. Ball stolen by Pineda, Zivkovic released. He's found Jimenez, now Pineda. Back to Zivkovic, 4 to aim at. He looks for Horta, who's hit the post. Pineda saved by the keeper. How have we not scored there? Sidibe sends the ball into Pizzi. Thiago Maia winning the ball. Picked up by Kolasinac. Moutinho. Cut out by Thiago Maia. Now Jimenez in a foot race with a defender. He holds the ball up and Pineda is taken out savagely by João Moutinho, who's picked up a straight red card for that tackle. Corner from Pineda, sent to the back stick for Mamana. It's down to Thiago Maia, blocked, but Mamana is there to hook it into the back of the empty net and give us a lead against 10-man Monaco. Horta's corner, sent into the middle. Mamana's header, it's come to Jardel, it's then cleared away. But it's Horta again, who finds Pineda, edge of the area, to Memphis, who trickles that ball into the far post for 2-0. Baptista tries to play the ball through, but Mamana cuts it out. Thiago Maia in that left-back position. Sends the ball down the line. Memphis tries to win the header, and it has come to Horta. He's having a good run. Taken out by Traore. Kolasinac back to Yemerson. Now Mbappe. He's just lost the ball there. Pineda's picked it up. Here's Jimenez. Goes for goal, Jimenez, and he's hit the crossbar. What an effort that was from Jimenez. Well, there's the full-time whistle. We have comfortably taken the points today with a 2-0 victory. That means that we are guaranteed to win the group. We are 6 points clear at the top with a game to go against Mainz, who beat Moscow today. So it's all to play for that second available spot. So hopefully we'll get a good result against Mainz and finish with 5 wins and a draw in our Champions League group. Well, there's not a lot of surprises for this huge match against Porto. We need to get the win to secure the bragging rights and also to get some revenge after they nearly destabilised our title challenge last season by beating us when we were 2-0 up. They turned us over in a 3-2 defeat. So I would like some revenge today. Unfortunately, we're having to play with Pinheiro at left back, but we've got Jardel, Mamana and Fernandez across the rest of the back line, with Kubas, Horta and Cook in the middle. Memphis and Zivkovic are cementing their positions on the wings, with Jimenez up top to try and get the goals to sink Porto. Pinheiro into Horta. Now Cook Sends the ball out to Pinheiro. He's in a good position. He puts a cross in, and it's gone all the way into the back of the net. Pinheiro, the makeshift left back, has accidentally scored a goal with his left foot. Zivkovic with the corner into the middle for Cook. It's come to Jimenez, who finds Horta, who has fired a rocket into the bottom corner for 2-0. Kubas sends it over to Jardel. He finds Pinheiro. Ball played forward to Cook. Now Horta into Jimenez. He finds Zivkovic. Big tackle, but Jimenez picks it up. He's got 2 to aim at in the middle, but it's an own goal from Felipe. A poor deflection, and it's 3-0 inside half an hour. Zivkovic with the free kick in towards Jardel. The ball's loose, and he hammers it home for 4-0. This is getting really embarrassing for Porto. Kubas to Horta, tackled by Martinez. Here's Herrera, over to Hadji, but Memphis wins the tackle. Ball sent all the way back to Murray so he can have a touch at least. They've only had one effort so far, Porto, as Fernandez brings it forward to Zivkovic. Now Horta in the middle to Cook. Ball intercepted by Bruma. And then won back by Cook. He's released Zivkovic, who's in behind on a gap. He's got Jimenez ahead of him. Ball comes to Kubas. Horta finds Fernandez. He can put the cross in, and Zivkovic has hit the post. Perez forward to Abubakar. He's trying to turn our defenders. He's done it very well, and he's fired an excellent finish in. It's now 4-1. Cook on the ball. Looks for Pinheiro at left back. He puts the cross into Z Gomez, who makes it 5-1 against Porto. A truly embarrassing result for them in this real big rivalry. Well, there's a full-time whistle as we absolutely dominated Porto in a 5-1 destruction of their team. And they are now 10 points behind us already in the title race. We are 5 points clear of Sporting, but they have a game in hand to try and close that gap. But after 11 league games, we are still unbeaten and looking very, very good. Just an overall quite good episode. We didn't manage to get that perfect record because of that draw right at the middle. Those 2 draws stopping 2 perfect episodes. But hopefully next time we can do it, because we've got a brilliant run of games going all the way up to the January transfer window. So one more... we'll have the Taça da Liga kicking off before we finish off the Champions League group. And then we've got Braga at home in the league. I'd expect us to win that. Back in the Portuguese Cup 5th round. Then away to União de Madeira in the league. That is 5 games in, and that will take us right up to the January transfer window against Olhanense. So over the next episode, I'll be doing an awful lot of scouting of players that I'm interested in signing, and then hopefully we can strengthen the squad in January, ready for the challenge of the Champions League and league to come. Right now my contract only has 7 months left to run, and I am pretty sure I'm going to let it expire at the end of this season, because I don't really want to spend 5 seasons in a league that I've sort of blowing away a bit too easily. I think it is far too easy being Benfica in this league, so I will be looking to move on at the end of the season. Having already won the Champions League, I'd like to do it again, but it's not the end of the world if we don't do it with Benfica, to be honest. So give me your ideas about where you'd like to see me go next. I'm quite attracted to maybe trying to do a 5 or 4 season challenge rather than a 2 season challenge. So I was thinking maybe taking on a team in like Lazio in the Italian league, or maybe Fiorentina, another team like that, that over 4 or 5 seasons you could really build up into a great team. So give me ideas for teams down below. Obviously I can only take jobs that are available. I'm not going to steal a job from another manager, but so far this season we have managed to be completely unbeaten in all competitions, which is quite impressive on our Champions League return. So drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed this unbeaten run. Make sure to subscribe to see how we get on in the rest of this season. But until next time, see ya.